I've read 17 books in French and German, and I'm also reading right now as a beginner in Spanish. So in this video, I'll cover what to read at every level, the tools that will make the experience fun, and all the specific methods to expand your vocabulary. So the first thing that we need to understand is why reading is so powerful. And Stephen Krashen, one of the most influential researchers in language acquisition, said, people acquiring a second language have the best chance for success through reading. But why? First, context. When you read, you're not learning words in isolation. You're seeing them alive in sentences, in stories, attached to meaning. Second, grammar. Reading exposes you to correct sentence structure over and over again. You absorb grammar patterns naturally, the same way that children absorb their native language. You build this intuition for the language. And third, motivation. That feeling when you pick up something in your target language and can actually understand it. Plus, reading compounds. The more you read, the more words you know. The more words you know, the harder the material you can take on. So when reading in a foreign language, it can feel very daunting to pick up a book. To help, something that I read in the book Fluent Forever is to select a reading objective according to your level and reading material that you have selected. So number one is to identify 1 to 7 words that you recognize per minute. So instead of you feeling like you're a failure because you can't understand every single word, you can feel successful because you already know and recognize some of the words on the page. The second goal is to capture the gist of a paragraph or a section. The third goal is to capture the gist of each sentence. The fourth goal is to deeply understand each sentence with 90% comprehension. And the fifth goal is to fully understand the meaning and usage of every single word. But especially if you are a beginner, how do you tackle reading in a foreign language and how do you make it enjoyable? When I was in my second month of learning Spanish, I was testing out the app Rosetta Stone. They have these very, very short stories. I mean, they only take a couple minutes to consume. They use extremely basic and common words like mom, dad, and cat. Because of the way these stories have been written, I was able to decipher new words as well. I found these Rosetta Stone short stories some of the best reading material for ultimate beginners. But I can also recommend an app called Readlang, which is available on both mobile and desktop. You can search through Readlang's database for short stories in your target language. And this is a really cool app because you can click on any word that you want and get an instant translation. Plus, another great feature of Readlang is that you can import your own content. Another option for short stories is the Link app. They also have their very own database of Link short stories targeted at beginner and intermediate learners. They also have their own audio to accompany them as well. Plus, in Link, you can also tap on these words to see instant translations. And you can also import your own content. You can do flashcards within these tools. Now, another really cool way to get started reading is by subscribing to email newsletters. When I was learning German, I subscribed to Dein Sprachcoach and Richtig Deutsch Sprechen because they are targeting language learners. They write with simplified vocabulary and sentence structures. Plus, in an email app, you can also just highlight over the text and instantly translate a lot of these words. Now, if you're more of an intermediate or advanced learner, I suggest subscribing to people who write about topic that you're interested in, but who target native speakers. In French, I'm subscribed to a daily news newsletter. And also, I'm subscribed to a weekly chess newsletter. In German, I'm subscribed to several productivity newsletters. Now, the next type of content, which is slightly more difficult than what I just suggested, is going to be graded readers. A graded reader is basically a book or a story which has been written with simplified language. You can find many graded readers for different levels available in the Link app. My favorite graded reader is actually the short stories books in several different languages by Ollie Richards. There's also a chapter summary as well as a vocabulary list of some of the more difficult words. I've read these books in French and German and currently Spanish. Ollie Richards also has short stories for intermediate learners. He also has the audio books, which I highly suggest listening to as well as reading at the same time. It really stops you from getting bogged down in all the details and all the words that you don't understand, and it forces you to read faster. And I've listened to the audio audiobooks when driving to work in the past. Now, the next content that I would recommend after a graded reader is simple non-fiction. After I read the short stories, books by Ollie Richards in French, I moved on to read L'Expérience du Vide, book about minimalism. I found it used very common verbs and vocabulary. One type of non-fiction that I do recommend a lot is self-help books. Another type of non-fiction which is good, and I purchased this for French and German, and that is an interactive self-help type journal which combines text of reading, but there's also reflective spaces where you can also write and respond to questions. Another kind of non-fiction that's good to read are memoirs. Memoirs are where people write about their own or about another person's life. They also often use very common vocabulary about life experiences, relationships, challenges, and successes. It's a lot more story driven, so it is a really good gap between non-fiction books and fiction novels. Another type of reading material which I've read even though I'm not religious is actually the Bible in French and German. There is a Bible app which you can get for free, plus there's also many different translations in the app, and it comes with audio as well. So the next content that I suggest is fiction, and I have some specific suggestions. The first suggestion is to read a book that you know pretty well and that you've already read in your native language. A translation of Harry Potter, or a children's book that you particularly liked as a child. I'm reading an ebook of The Magic Faraway Tree in German at the moment, and it's a very fun, nostalgic experience. As far as other children's books, just be a bit careful because they can use very fantastical, kind of whimsical vocabulary which you wouldn't hear in natural spoken language. Instead, one type of fiction I would recommend is that targeted at young adults. The language is still simpler to understand. I read Ein Tagebuch für Vier. There were loads of little scribbles and illustrations in the book, so anything like that which can make the reading experience more enjoyable is a plus. Another similar book that I read in French was Journal d'une Peste, although this book had a lot of slang, so it was more for an advanced intermediate learner, but it was very visual and very exciting to read. And then there's more complicated material like literature and classics, which I don't recommend unless you've read a bunch of books already and you're quite advanced. Even for books like Le Petit Prince, I found that it used mostly very simple vocabulary, but the grammar structures were quite complex. Another type of reading material is poetry, which can be very complicated, but it can be very beautiful to read and gain a respect for the language. But I wouldn't recommend going after poetry unless you're very passionate about it. So now that we've covered the type of reading material that you should read depending on your level, let's look at some of the methods and some tips to actually read and make your experience enjoyable and more successful. So the first is to use an e-reader with some kind of translation mechanism built in. My favorite of these is the Link app because you can import ebooks into the app and then you can tap on any word that you don't know to get an instant translation. They have this feature where you can review all of your words that you don't know at the end of a chapter. The other app that can be really good is just the Kindle app because you can read ebooks and highlight words, and you can also instantly translate them in there too. You just have to highlight the words, hold it a little bit longer, and then tap on translate. On your phone, you also have access to play the audiobook at the same time as you have your digital reader open. But if you are like me, you do just love the feeling of turning the page to read a physical book. And I have come up with some methods to make this experience much more enjoyable. So first, I like to have a pencil handy, and initially it's best to read extensively, where I'm more just trying to read as much as I want, just understand the gist and not really get bogged down in all the details. Listening to the audiobook helps with this as well. But with my pencil, I can just still quickly underline the words that I don't know, which is just going to highlight to me that at some point I can come back to review these words. So once I've finished reading extensively, I'll grab my phone and do a more intensive session, and I'll go through each of the words and either translate them or put them into an AI tool, and then ask for further examples and usages of the word. And then at this stage, I'll often combine this with creating new flashcards for me to review again later on. But there is an alternative to that if you're not a big fan of Anki. That is to write down all of the words on a post-it note along with their translation translations next to them, and then stick it down on one of the pages. And then what you can do is go back through the sentences where you underlined a word, reread them, and see if you can now understand their meaning. Another tip when reading to make the experience more enjoyable, and you can do this either before or after your reading session, search for and read online or generate a chapter summary for what you've read. Sometimes I've had it where I felt like I've somewhat captured the gist of what I've just read, but not fully. So then I'll read the summary and then often something will click. And so I can go through, reread it, and then more things are going to click into place and make sense. Another helpful idea is to keep on reading even if you don't fully understand everything. When learning a language, I've often read extremely slowly because I've been trying to mentally translate and make sure I understand every single word. But even in English, the meaning usually sits at the context of the whole phrase, not in an individual word. And to improve your speaking and your pronunciation, you can also read aloud when you read a book. So now you know how to go and read in a target language. But without knowing how to review what you read, you won't be able to remember everything effectively. So that's why you should go and watch this video next to discover the system to learn a language, where I also break down exactly how to review new vocabulary and grammar concepts.